and sugar and spice is all things nice, but cinnamon is both. And Chris Cinnamon, the purple 55 truck, now making something happen on the outside lane. He is looking for the lead. Look at his chops. The Joker is coming for the lead in turn number 3.
They got to keep formed up. They keep shuffling out there. That 413 behind the 09, that is right behind the 55. All these guys on the outside, you see them go down the backstretch, and it seems like they want everybody to join a certain person to go to the outside, and it just doesn't happen. The guys got to keep in line with the bottom line. See, what happens is when they get a run going, everybody thinks, all right, well, now I can get to the outside lane 3, and they'll go with me, and I'll get to the front. Not exactly so. Everybody's got the same exact thought, and that allows the single file guys on the bottom to take and get ahead. Maine's right now still leading it all the way with Goki and the booth right behind him.
The race rolls on here off of turn number 3 and 4. As they hit the back straightaway now. Correction, sorry about that. Just lost a little train of thought there for a second. We still see Cinnamon. Cinnamon has now fell back to 5th. Look at these other trucks that are ganging up on him, and they're trying 3 wide, 2 rows deep, 4 wide on turn number 4. Holy smokes, it's about to get crazy, Ray.
Got to keep a little bit more careful once you hit that 4 wide, because when you're on the outside of these, I'll tell you what, I've driven these on the outside here in iRacing, you have to drive them because of the fact that you're not going to hit the wall. At least on the bottom, you got an escape place. If you get a wreck, you can go bottom into the grass. But when you're on the outside, it's such a turn all the way around. You've got to take and steer that and throttle it. Almost a wreck behind him, by the way. The 26 come up, and it looks like, oh, there's a wreck. He hit him. To the wall he'll go. I'm trying to see who that was. No caution as of yet. And there it is.
No yellow. There it is. We ain't seen the caution yet. There's no wreck. We're about to find it, and it's Chris Wilner for the second caution in a row having problems here, and I think he's got a lot more damage this go around. What a tough break for Wilner from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, I was watching Wilner with that 83 machine there. I'm trying to see who that is. He went up, and the 83 avoided him as he come out of that second groove. We'll see right here on the replay, he's in the second groove. That 5 guys machine, MRN, Chris Wilner, he's in the second groove. We see the 83 come down. He'll go to the bottom line, kind of shuffled up. That's where I thought he almost hit him. He didn't. It got up a little bit further, and it was just a racing incident.
Oh, wow.
83 came
right
down as he
front
came
bounced off the 83, and that's where it started.
Not a big one per se. That was lap 45. I'll take that. But anyway, but no, he did avoid a few other trucks. That'll bring out caution number 4, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, for the evening.
We'll find out here in a minute as we are halfway through the, or we're past halfway. The first half of the event is in the books. We'll look at, here it is, 5 cautions. You're one off. 5 cautions, 11 laps in total under yellow. 38 laps to go. It's 16 lead changes. That's the
wait a minute.
statistics of things here so far at Talladega.
What did I say earlier about my math?
It went off, 2 off.
I can't even count, so. Hang on, let me take my shoes off here. No.
You got that toe, got that toe. Okay, was it?
Exactly. Man,
move your feet.
This is a stinky count. Wellner there on the bottom side. He's out on the apron. Our leader still, by the way, is that 57, just doing a phenomenal job. And I still say Goki and Maines, they've got to be working together on the radio because they just do a phenomenal job dancing around each other. They've been leading a lot of this race tonight, and they're still in the lead right now. We'll see. Right now they're coming down pit lane. We're going to see what happens if we get fuel, tires, or whatnot.
Pit road is open.
Keeping an eye on the 57 of Maines. Bain gets into his pit. Coming up slow. See if he overshoots it. No. Perfect stop right in the middle of the box. See that first can going in. Right side's up. Tires off. Tires on. 5 lugs. They'll drop the right side. Around the left side, our guys will go. See if the left side goes up, and they do. They'll jack it up on the left-hand side and get the left-hand tires on. 2 cans in. He'll be able to make it all the way here to the end in that 57 machine and hopes that he's got his dance partner of Goki with him. I do believe we just had an issue of losing Mr. Wesley, and Wesley is back. He actually got a hold of our infield reporter and race reporter, Robert McFarland.
It's time for a halfway update with our in-race reporter, the 01 entry of Robert McFarland. Robert, man, got caught up in that wreck at halfway, but you're still in this thing. You're right now currently in 26th.
Yeah, this has been a crazy race, gentlemen. Again, thank you for having me. I want to also, real quickly here, thank BruzyUSA.com. Your wear, your way. Yeah, we got up there in the front somehow on a cycle of pit stops. And those guys in the top 3, 4, 5, I was running 6th, I think. They're racing hard, way before halfway. I think we had one gentleman make a cut across my nose, got some more damage, had to use the fast repair. But we are still fighting, and we're still pulling.
Hey, Robert, if you don't mind me asking, I see some damage done to your nose on that 01 machine. Did you use your quick repair yet or not? We're on lap 58. Still at least a little bit to go, roughly about 30 lap-ish. I still got to figure out my math. Regardless, did you use your quick repair? Because the front end's a little bit rough.
Yes, I did.
Oh, goodness, I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping that you were able to save it to the end. Regardless, hopefully that thing's up to speed. With that being said, you were in 6th place when we saw the accident happen. Unfortunately, just a victim of circumstance. And you were up there, buddy, top 10 for quite a while. I know you had the confidence and the speed to make it to the rest of the way there.
Yeah, I was making some good speed. My plan on being in the back was working pretty good for the beginning. I'm not sure how it's working right now.
I got to say, I'm a fan of your mini colors. You've got the General Lee Confederate colors for orange and black, like from Dukes of Hazzard. But your driving suit, green and pink, what is that?
Yeah, that's an old school racing suit. This is one of the suits I've had in the closet. I haven't had a chance to upgrade my suit, and I'm normally a Monster Energy driver.
But, I wasn't going to push the button and laugh on that one, but then I seen the picture. I'm like, you know what? Wesley's right.
Hey, listen, when you're calling TV broadcasts, I've always been told to call what you see, and that's what I see right now. So, Robert, I'm loving your virtual racing look here.
Well, one thing is for sure, my green suit was clean until about 15 laps in.
Yeah, I can see why.
Because first you say it, then you do it, right?
Exactly. And maybe this week I'll get me some new suits that'll match my brand new paint sponsorship from my good friends over there at AbruzziUSA.com. Fans, go there, AbruzziUSA.com. They make gloves, socks, everything you want for your team, your name, your number. They custom make it, highest quality. I got my gloves on right now, and if I get a top finish here, it's going to be because of my Abruzzi USA wear.
He said that for like 4 times. Abruzzi USA, give this man a raise for sure so he can get some new gloves besides green and pink.
Hey, you know what?
Robert, we'll let you go, bud. Go ahead, Ray, real quick.
I was going to say, when you appreciate a sponsor, that's the way to do it right there.
Yes, sir, for sure. The Abruzzi Racewear entry number 01. And that is Robert McFarland, right down from my neck of the woods, up in Raleigh, North Carolina. So, and by the way, any lagging issues on my part, we've had some severe weather. Robert can tell you things are finally starting to clear up a little bit, but that is the driver right there that we were talking about. All right, we'll get ready to go back to things here. Again, Robert McFarland is our CRN Max Speed TV in-race reporter, and I had to, Ray. I'm sorry.
It's all good, man. I'll tell you what, I got to think of Abruzzi myself. They're a good product out there. With that being said, pace car is off this racing surface. 09, Christopher Williams, who's been up front for quite a while at different points tonight, back leading this pack, back to the green. Jade Franklin, 31 machine, did not pit, was able to get it up front. And we got a green flag back underway. Behind him, the 57 of Garrett Maines. Outside of him, Jonathan Goki. And Goki gets roughed up a little bit there. He'll lose it just for a second. Not sure what happened. He spun the tires or what happened. But that'll bring him into the bottom line behind Ashton Dotson. Ahead of him, his teammate, the 57. And now they're forming up the inside line.
Back to it again with under 35 laps to go. Coming up off of turn 2, Williams down the back straightaway. There's your new leader. He's got now Maines there to deal with as they go into the corner. Dodgson, what about Ashley Dodgson from Queensland, Australia? A good run going for that driver tonight as well to the inside. In third, Goki back up the racetrack. Brady LaBeouf, there's your top 5 as they come to the stripe this time by.
Dodson
right
right
now.
That
net code issue we were talking about for the leader.
Yes, sir, I did see that. The 57 there of Maines blinked out for just a minute. At the same time, the 12 got real close to Dotson. They did touch, but I think that was a little bit of net code. It wasn't anything phenomenal, though. 12 and everybody's still back underway. Top 5 right now, Williams, Maines, Dotson, Franklin. And now, that has changed as it cycled back through. Williams, May, Dotson, LaBeouf, and Cinnamon at 55 back in the top 5.
Yeah, it's Cinnamon, that purple 55. I call the Joker. He is starting to come through the field. Real quickly, let's go Technical 101, Virtual iRacing 101 for our viewers on Max Speed TV and for those listening on the CRN Sports Network. What is netcode, Ray Richard?
Netcode, very simply put, connection-wise, okay? Every one of these guys has got an internet connection. I do, you do, even our producer Mike D'Amico does. What happens is if there is a burp, we'll call it, in the communications between the server, where your truck is on the track, and your computer, it cannot track it. That's the problem. Your truck disappears, /car disappears, and you go away for just a minute, and in front of you, by the way, if your connection's interrupted, the whole field goes away for a second. So you lose it, you keep your foot in it, hopefully you reappear where you're supposed to be, but then it can also be taken another way. What happens is you got to realize the iRacing servers, without going too long into this, has got to render and look at where 41 cars are on a track at any given time. With all these connections, if one gets confused and it's within a foot, 6 inches in the real race of iRacing, it could actually mean that looks like you hit the other guy, but you didn't in real life. So I guess what I'm getting at is it's all where you are on the track with your connection and where your truck is and how iRacing renders it. As I'm saying all this, by the way, Maines is taking over the lead again. Behind him, Goki. Behind him, the 09, who was our pole sitter on the last restart, by the way. 07 of Dotson gets shuffled back. The 09 goes to the outside in front of the 55. That leaves the bottom open for third place in the 07 of Dotson. And we've got a 2x2 race, drag race down through turn 2.
And that's why I let the driver of Ray Richard give a better description than I could, because Ray is a connoisseur of the virtual world, not only in the broadcast booth, but also in iRacing. As, oh my goodness, Goki hard on the wheel there, juking, jiving there for a little bit. One wrong slip, if he could have lost it more, he would have been spinning. Look at that.
Just holding on to it, though, man. He's doing a phenomenal job. Like I say, he took a tap earlier from the 07. Wasn't anything severe, just keep it straight. He's right now running in second place. That's the number 12 of Jonathan Goki. Behind him, Dotson. And these guys are just shoving for all it's worth. Behind him, LaBeouf, who's been up there all night long. And on the outside line, we're going to count him down there. 09 of Williams, the 55 of Cinnamon. Oh, we got a wreck. The 09 goes in the back of Williams.
Oh, no.
And the 09 is airborne. That's Williams, unfortunately, over the top of the entire field. And we'll get a replay up here on that.
Williams flying through the air, airborne, the 09 out of it, calamity, crashing. And what a tough break. He's already about to tear down the inside fencing here.
We'll get that replay up. Man, I'll tell you what a flight he had for a little bit. I do believe it was a little bit of bump drafting in the corner. We'll take a look here on the replay here. 09 of Williams to the outside. Ashley Dotson on the inside. Williams comes down. Doesn't touch. They go into the turn. Ashley Dotson comes up and touches both trucks, the 55 and 09, unfortunately. Looks like he might have touched the apron there, and the 09 gets about 10 feet above the field. Hits the roof of the 26, by the way.
Holy smokes.
And able to land it.
How many trucks got through him airborne? Let's count it. Get your number ticker ready. Come on now, keep count, Ray. One, two, three, four, five. Wow.
Bounces off the roof of the 413, by the way. Oh, my goodness. Just a bad situation there. Again, these trucks do dance back and forth, and it's going to happen, something like that. We'll watch here in the front view as we see the 09. Inside of him, watch Dotson. They'll go across the stripe down here in turn 1. Dotson's still on the low line. It looks like, you know what? Can we get a rear shot of Dotson's truck? I want to see if he got bumped by the 9 LaBeouf there. See if we can get a camera around. Take your time, Mr. D'Amico, doing a great job. As we sit here, we get on the side of the 57. We'll get behind the 07. Okay, this is the back of Dotson's truck. We'll see what happened here. We're off the top of the Williams machine. No, he did come up. He didn't touch anything, didn't touch the apron, didn't have any help from behind. Unfortunately, just 07 Ashley Dotson kind of just starting that whole little domino effect there with the 09 and all.
And a tough break for the driver of the 09, Christopher Williams. Still about 30-plus laps left to go. We're on inboard communication with him right now. LSR Max Speed TV. Christopher, do you copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, my goodness. What a crazy crash there. Tell us your side of what happened.
Yeah, it just kind of happened.